Hi, this is Jaclyn Mullen, and you are watching my YouTube channel, and I am so excited to introduce you to one of my professional power partners, Nisha of Ideations. Nisha, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm Nisha Maxwell. I work with Ideations Communications with my partner Jennifer Newton. We're a social media, branding, and PR firm, and we like to help entrepreneurs and small business learn to manage their own marketing suite, or help them do it.
Help them do it. We need that, right? It's critical. And one of the things that I love about having Nisha on the YouTube channel today is that we actually met through social media, even though we both live in Los Angeles. If you've watched some of my other YouTube videos, you'll start to see that that's sort of a common theme. And the topic of today's video is all about collaboration, because I do social media, marketing, messaging. Nisha and her business partner do social media, marketing, and messaging, but we've aligned forces and talents many times, and we totally collaborate, and like I said, we're professional power partners, or as Nisha likes to say, we have a bromance. So Nisha, for people who are watching this, that are starting their businesses, that probably feel really alone and isolated and are listening to this whole idea of like collaborating with competition, can we provide them with maybe some tips that they can use for themselves? Or
yeah, I would say change your mindset. When you think of the idea of competition, you think, oh, okay, we're fighting for the same business. We need to not interact with each other. We're against each other. Remember that there is a whole lot of business out there, and your strengths and weaknesses are going to pair really nicely with other people's strengths and weaknesses. And so you definitely want to think about it more as who's going to complement my skill set, and how can I partner with them, and how can they help me.
And I love this, especially for our solopreneurs or even very small business owners, because we've almost become like an advisory for one another. Totally. Or a trusted board. And the thing was that it took us going out to lunch and meeting up in person to really see how those strengths and weaknesses would complement each other very well. So let's see, 2 more tips. I really like to provide my audience with actionable things, and I think 3 tips, I like that number. So would you say that reach out and tweet somebody would be an appropriate tip?
Yes, I
reach out and tweet somebody. On Instagram, that's how we met.
Totally. I would definitely say, follow people in your industry. Make sure that, on Twitter you can keep a list of your industry peers. That's a good balanced word for it. People who are doing the same thing as you in the same area. What are they tweeting about? What events are they going to? Talk to them about it. Compliment them on their blog posts and their creativity. Congratulate them for getting new business. Be a partner and don't act competitive. It doesn't help anybody.
And I will say that competition isn't bad, right? We're just saying that if you are a small business owner, if you happen to be in the same city and you're finding yourself stressed out, bogged down with ideas or unsure perhaps of like pricing or tips and tactics, it's okay to align yourself with 2 or 3, maybe even 1 if you want, like mine. That doesn't mean that you have to go out with every single person and create those strategic relationships. But I mean, know your competitive advantage, which we've really been able to do. The clients that Ideation serves are a little bit different than the clients that I serve. So in that way, competition has been good to differentiate us. So we're not going after that same piece of the pie. But at the same token, I love this concept of the peer aspect of it.
Ask people about their resources. Which graphic designer do they use? How do they manage their business? How did they get started? How do they organize their client list? How do they manage their clients? What services, what tools? Social media especially is so filled with so many possibilities that you still can learn from each other. It's really just a matter of finding out which ways you can help each other, because everybody with a small business is trying to do it all themselves. We don't know everything. Our craft is constantly being improved, so it's really important to make sure that you talk to people in your industry.
I love it. I love the whole idea of resources and conversation. And there's one thing I want to add to that too. Don't mystery shop. Don't mystery shop your competitors who you want to be your strategic alliances. or professional power partners because you want to know their pricing or you want to figure out their in.
Don't play dirty.
Don't play dirty,
It's
girls
rude.
and boys. Honestly, transparency I think is huge, and trust is a big, big thing. And we know about one another's pricing and strategies, and we encourage each other to bump our pricing up.
Yeah.
But that didn't happen the first time we met. That happened in due time, and it happened contractually where we were like, we're grown adults here, we have businesses.
That kind of stuff.
Exactly. So up your game, ladies and gentlemen, you know, when it comes to connecting with your professional power partner, make sure you have those things in place so that you can exchange that information, that trust is there, and you get what you need.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why I call it a bromance. I think, you know, you go on a first date, you go on a lunch or whatever, and then you talk business. Maybe we hired you for a consulting session to help us, you know, organize a couple different pieces of the way that we were creating content. And, you know, then talk about business and ask for real advice and, you know, make sure that you volunteer to sign the appropriate paperwork and you're upfront about, you know, your good intentions, because obviously mystery shopping is an issue and people are going to be a little bit wary, especially if they've been in this for a while. Just be upfront, be respectful, be, you know, willing to pay your fellow, you know, people who do the same thing that you do.
Love that.
Because you expect people to pay you for that also. So it's really, my mom's a massage therapist and she always makes fun of herself because she's like, I have to go get a massage. And when she does, she tips them extra, you know? It's like really important to value your craft and respect the people that do the same thing as you. And you'll learn a lot.
Great tip. All right, so a little plug for our workshop. If you're in the LA area, we're gonna be teaching a workshop at the Microsoft store in Century City called How to Talk Twitter. Tickets will be up. You'll find a link below the video, so click on that. Join Nisha and I, we'd love to have you there. And that's gonna allow us to segue to your social media plugs. How can we connect with you and keep up with you, Nisha?
So we're at Ideations on all of our channels, except Facebook is at Ideations Communications. And it's just IDEATIONS. And you'll see our cute little 3 light bulb logo. It's very pink, so you'll know it's us. Yeah, so connect with us. Our website is www.ideations.biz. Remember the biz, I know that's not classic, but we're original, so.
Keep it original, OG.
Yeah.
And if you don't know already, you can find me at Jaclyn Mullen on Twitter and Instagram. Facebook is facebook.com/Jaclyn Mullen Media. So feel free, tweet me, let me know what you like from this video in particular, and until the next clip, we'll see you. Keep it social.